there is something that alcohol drinkers need to stop doing. So if you drink alcohol, the thing I'm going to show you to stop doing today, I promise you, once you stop doing it, stopping drinking will be as easy as brushing your teeth. It'll be the easiest decision you've ever made. There'll be no resistance to the decision. It'll just be like, done. Oh boy. But it's going to be painful to listen to this video. I'm going to unpack it. And I know that if you stop doing this, it's going to work, is because I've done this in my life. I did this 7 years ago when I stopped drinking. And stopping drinking is like the easiest thing I ever did. It was the most logical choice I've ever made in my life. It took no effort, but this is after 10 years of struggle. Now, what am I talking about? I'm going to get to the point quickly. The other day, somebody left a comment saying, hurry up, Leon, get to the point. And I left a response. I said, if it was that easy, I would just make a video and say, don't drink alcohol. Problem solved. It's not that simple, right? So a lot of these videos, a lot of these lessons, they're quite deep and there's usually a story attached to them. And the reason why I do this is because, do you know how much was spent on alcohol advertising in the past hour? $800,000. Do you know how much gets spent? In 2023, there's some data that shows $7.7 billion was spent in 2023 alone. Now, add that over your entire lifetime. Can you understand the level of marketing messages that you've consumed over your entire life? And somebody was complaining about a 10-minute video, and I thought, oh my gosh, if only it was that easy, right? To get somebody to change. But I know that this idea will 100% help you because it worked in my own life. And I mean, I've spoken with thousands of people who have drinking problems, one-on-one calls, deep conversations where they really share, intricate parts of their life, very personal details. And through these conversations, I've seen patterns. I've seen a lot of patterns, but the big pattern that I'll break down for you today is it's there. It's pretty. I'll just give you a quick introduction. If you're new to the channel, my name is Leon Sylvester. I run SoberClear.com. I work with business people and professionals. I show them a new way to get control of their drinking. In fact, it's there on my desk. I'm at home. It's a scientifically validated approach. You can go on Google Scholar. You can read this report from an academic psychologist. I printed it out because I'm proud. I'm proud of the awesome work that me and my team do. So I print it out and put it on my desk just to remind me. Anyway, so in fact, I'm at home right now. So I've got a few items. I'll quickly show you a few cool things. Got this, got the 100K subscriber award. Pretty awesome. YouTube sent that in the post. And then I bought this for my wife. I went to Mumbai and did a 10-day silent meditation course at this place, this Global Pagoda. It's 10 days meditation. No talking, no eye contact. Oh, it was hard as hell. I've not actually spoken about that, but anyway, let's get back to it. So, what is the big lie? Well, the big lie is that it's not that bad. And on the surface, that doesn't sound that deep, but you're going to see why it's incredibly, incredibly deep, incredibly insidious, and it is holding you back. And even if you've stopped drinking alcohol, you're going to learn something pretty good in this video. So this idea that it's not that bad keeps so many people stuck. I hear it all the time. Like, I think it's because I work with business people and I work with professionals. So they always say, I've got a family, I've got a job, I've got money, and I'm doing well. And in fact, if you met me in the street or if you were my friend, you would never know I had a drinking problem. I can hold down an all right life. But I also speak to a lot of people who are a little bit past that, right? They've got the good life, and then they're like, whoa, hang on. If I do keep drinking, I'm screwed. They're not lying to themselves anymore. They don't have this lie that it's not that bad. Although they actually do hold on to it by about 10%. There's 90% reality that's thinking, damn, but they keep drinking. So they do hold on to this lie, but it's less deep than others. Anyway, the lie that it's not that bad is just insane. And I'm not going to sit here and say, well, play it forward. You could get a cancer diagnosis, cirrhosis of the liver, your partner could leave you. We know all of that stuff. And is that really going to help you? Like, you probably have already played those scenarios in your head. Instead, I'm going to show you something different. So at the moment, the reason why I'm at home, in fact, I'll show you behind me. got the desk there, the writing station, the battlefield. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I've been working on a book. So I've been working on this stop drinking book, and when I started this project, I was like, right, I'll give myself a month and it's going to be done. 6 months later, still going. And it's been extremely, extremely hard. It's been probably one of the hardest things I ever did. And yesterday, something happened. And when I thought about it, I thought, oh my gosh, that lie I hear people say that it's not that bad. They got no idea. Because something happened in my book writing process yesterday where I was like, okay, I've got to make a video about this. So what happened is a couple of days ago, I had a lot of calls in the morning. So I had a call at, I think, like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and then I had a little break, and then 9 a.m. And that day, I'd planned to work on my book. So I'd done all these calls. I've been in my emails. I've been answering messages. I get a lot of messages. I've got a lot of clients, and I've got a lot of people that ask questions and stuff. So, if I open my phone, if I open my inbox, if I open up Slack, I get sucked into the vortex. It's quite intense. But you probably relate to this in some way. So the other day, I had this plan to work on the book. I wanted to, review some content. I wanted to do a little bit of writing on some other things. I wanted to make some videos. And I started my day, and I did these calls, and then I sat down, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't work on the book. And listen, I've made so much content in my life at this point. Like, it's been 6 years, it's been hundreds of videos, it's been hundreds of thousands of words, probably 1 million words that I've written. So I'm experienced. Like, I'm not, I don't want to sound like I'm boasting there, but I've done this before. So you'd think that after doing this for years, I'd just be able to open up my laptop, put me anywhere, right? Like anytime, any place, bam, I can do it. Sometimes it's like that, but it's not always like that. So what had happened, and why I'm making this video, is because people say, I drink because it's not that bad, right? Like I don't want to stop yet, it's not that bad. However, what happened to me is I couldn't do the most important work that I had to do that day because my day had started off reacting. That's what was happening. I was reacting to other people's demands. I was reacting to other people's problems. Then I open up Slack. Then I open up my inbox. And it's very strange, but what happens is when all of this stuff gets thrown at me, it opens up loops. Because now I'm thinking, oh, well, I do need to respond to him later. Well, I do need to answer that email. Well, that team member, he's got this problem and he needs me to upload this and blah, blah, blah. So then I get all these problems. And then I open up my computer and I'm stifled. I'm like, too many open loops. So what I did yesterday, and this is what I have to do, is the days where I really need to create things, film videos, come up with ideas, write the book, whatever it is. Yesterday, I blocked out my calendar. I didn't set an alarm, so I didn't wake up at 7. I think I woke up at like 7:30. So an extra 30 minutes of sleep, no calls on the calendar. Told my wife, today is the day. And it was amazing. It was like night and day difference from the previous day. Like I woke up and I could immediately come up with ideas. I was immediately writing things. I filmed a bunch of videos and then I opened up my phone and the day was kind of over. It's really weird. And I've noticed that if I wake up and react to everybody else, my day is kind of ruined. And the problem when you're entrepreneur, professional, it's those moments of silence and those moments of really just output and getting things done. That's what pushes the needle forward. So this time is kind of sacred. I've done it again today. Like I needed to make this video. I've not published a video for a while because I've just been so busy with projects and doing things and reacting, if I'm entirely honest with you. And today, I got up early. It's like 7:30 and just got to work. Oh, excuse me, I do again. And so today, I knew I had to make a video today. I've got to make a lot of videos today, but I do have calls. So I said, all right, I'll just wake up early. It's pretty early right now. It's like 7:30 in the morning. And I said, I won't react. I'm just going to go and record. And it's so easy to make this video. So anyway, back to alcohol. So I know it took a while to get to this. If having a few phone calls in the morning and looking at my emails is enough to probably lower my effectiveness at creating things by 80%, maybe even 90%, maybe even more, because some days I don't do anything. So on those days, it's 100% that I don't create. If a few phone calls and reacting to phone calls and emails is enough to ruin my creative output for the day, or because I'm reacting, I thought about people that say that drinking's not that bad. And I was like, these people are delusional. I'm sorry, because it might be you. It was me as well. But it's delusional to think it's not that bad. It's insane. Okay, wow. My house, I've not been evicted from my house, right? I've not had to default on my mortgage. I've not declared bankruptcy. Like what? Because what are you doing when you drink? You wake up the next day and you got to react. You're reacting to a hangover, to, not that great sleep, low energy. And how are you going to compete with people that don't drink? How are you going to improve your career, your business, your life, your health, your family? How are you really going to do it? Like, we think that it's not that bad. But if you actually think all the progress that you make in your life happens when you don't drink, and then you drink, and then you wake up the next day and you're reactive, and it's I'm sorry, it's nonsense. To think it's not that bad. But it bewilders me. It really, really does. Now, are there people out there where drinking isn't that bad, and life goes on, and they drink for their entire life, and they die at 75, and that's it? Yeah, sure. But I don't think that's you. I don't think that's you. I don't think you were put on this earth to just have a not that bad life and wake up and not have the right energy to work on projects and push your life forward. That's not you. You weren't put on this earth to just be not that bad. I believe that you watch this channel because you want to be better. You want to improve your life. You don't want to just stop drinking and, just get potato chips all day and watch Netflix. I don't think that's you. I think that you want to stop drinking because you want more for your life. So, okay, it's not that bad. But how much better could it be? Do you really want to peak already and then just go on this slow decline where you drink and just kind of slowly dismantle everything and then, die just with not a lot of stuff and, can you imagine that? Can you imagine getting on your deathbed and then looking back and then you're thinking, yeah, it wasn't that bad, my life. Yeah, it's all right. Nah, you're meant for so much more. You're meant for so much more than that. When you stop drinking alcohol, you will become somebody else. You will realize how bad it was because you've probably forgotten what you're actually capable of. You're capable of so much. Maybe there's a book in you. Maybe you are going to publish a book. Maybe you've already published one. Maybe it's a new business. Maybe it's just being an awesome dad, an awesome mother. Maybe it's starting a family. There are so many things that are on the other side of not drinking. Yeah, it's not that bad. Stop it. Stop it. I get depressed. Like, I feel sad when I hear that. Because I get people that call me all the time. And they're like, Leon, it's not that bad. And I'm like, then why are you calling me? And I'm not trying to be disrespectful there. But it's like, is it not so obvious to you that you're lying to yourself? You've had to call me. You've had to watch these videos. And then you're going to sit here and tell me it's not that bad. Okay, maybe it's not that bad. And are you happy with that? I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy for you. I bet your family's not thinking, yeah, dad's not that bad. No. They want more from you. They want you to step up. And you can do that. You can step up. You got to stop drinking. And you got to stop the lie. You got to stop living this reactive way where you're just reacting to a hangover. You're reacting to the effects of drinking the night before. And it's time to step up. Listen, if you want to work together, I'm accepting new clients. Click the link down below, fill in the application. You can schedule a call with me or a member of my team. We'll jump on a quick call together. We can see if the SoberClear system could be a good match for you. if you want information, you could go to Google Scholar and you can go and find this by searching Sober Clear System, which is pretty awesome. But either way, it's time to change. And I believe in you.